first round. I guess it's the best as it gets. The best as it gets. So, for reference, we are playing Oregon. It's G2 against Team Valor. Team Valor, very much like the team that beat Delta Project, are a bunch of no-names. It's EFAC, Tamsin, Cosh, Deadshot, without an O, so dead shit, and then ASOX. No clue who they are, right? Which kind of sets the tone. G2 starting on defense, which is super comfortable for them. And it looks like they win the first round. This is the earliest that we can see, right? There's a 5 versus 2, becomes a 1 versus 3, and then G2 just went out the round right here with nobody on side. The first round for these kind of games, where you have a pro team against like a ranked hero team or like a mixed team for qualifiers or whatever, is pretty important. Because if the ranked team can just kind of run around the pro team, it kind of sets a really bad trend for the game to come. So G2 presumably winning the first round is actually a pretty big deal. Because if you lose the first round, they're just like running at you, and you're like, what do we do? They're fucking crazy. It kind of sets the tone of being scared. Which, you know, I know a lot about that. We played Open Qualifier in SI 2020. We got slapped. It's hard to play Open Qualifiers. Deadshot from French League? Fair. I am also curious about the map bans from G2. Because I personally would never go Oregon if I can avoid it in Open Qualifier. Right? Against a no-name team. There could be 2 reasons for this. G2's game was streamed, and Oregon is not a map where you're hiding, like, you can't really hide strats on this map, not really. Only, like, patterns and habits. Whereas, like, let's say Clubhouse, you can dig a lot more into your strats, if anything. So maybe it's like, okay, G2 knew they were gonna get streamed, so they're gonna play Oregon, not show strats. That's a classic, right? Because Oregon, to me, is what we call a 50-50 map. Kind of like old Coastline was, where everyone's doing the exact same attack, the exact same defense, and it pretty much comes down to just like the gunfights and the small nitty-gritties of the round, right? And Oregon is super simple, super, like, you see this, they're gonna do a small tower take, they're gonna roam clear it, they're gonna get downstairs control. It's that, or you can go big tower master bedroom, so there's 2 ways to attack this bomb side. That's about it, boom. Super complex, right? Whereas if you're G2, if you can end up playing a map like Clubhouse, you can just play out these guys. Tamsin somehow finds Virtue on the opening kill. That's a freebie, and that's big tower control for them. So they actually do big tower and they do kitchen combined. Which doesn't necessarily help one another unless you go for like a kids attack via white stairs and vertical. And we've already had 2 G2 players isolated solo bolo in the first 45 seconds of the round. Which means that G2 is playing 3 versus 4. It's a rough start. This G2 is gonna get slammed on invite. They should stay at home. G2 isn't qualified for invite. No, G2 isn't qualified for invite. That's why the reason why G2 is playing the qualifier is because they're not qualified. So G2 isn't qualified.
What else is going on?
So yeah, like that. Oh, here we go. Rush. I'm a huge fan of this, by the way. This is actually something that we do in Go for sometimes. Often when you do this setup in dining and kitchen, you play heavy towards small tower because that's the default attack for most attacking teams. And if you look at the position of G2, the closest guy to site is Jonga inside of server making a vertical hole to big window with no info on what's to come. 3 players running him down, and also EFAC can come in from the door behind him. And nobody can respond from G2 in due time. So this should just be like a done deal, unless Jonga somebody gets like 3 kills here. Okay, never mind. He doesn't get a single one. He just stood still. I don't know what that's about. Plan's gonna go down. Plan doesn't go down.
Oh my god.
Kayak from above with verticals, I imagine. Citizens from dining.
I love how their rush was.
They're still in a great spot though. The only thing here, so this is kind of troll. Kayak killed the guy planting, which Kayak should probably know, right? So why is T2 challenging into kitchen for a retake when they're pinging diffuser, they're pinging it, right? They know it's there. They have Kayak and Virtue both on top floor, holding down the bomb site, and most importantly, holding diffuser. Which means you can give Team Valor the entirety of kitchen and just AFK. Citizen can go this corner right here and just hold the door, walk in from dining. His teammate holds a shower hallway, and you let Virtue and Kayak do the rest of the work. The only way Team Valor wins here is if they push into dining, kill Citizen and his teammate, and then plants in dining, or if they somehow get rid of these guys top floor. Right? There's no way that Team Valor otherwise wins. Meanwhile, Hungry is moving in, so that's the support for Citizen. He's isolated. Hungry dies, running into the bomb site. Then Citizen follows Troop. He walks into site. He dies. Now your last two players remaining are the guys top floor. So if you're Team Valor, you just sprint, pick up the fuser, go to dining, you plant. And that's it. And you see Kayak is still holding diffuser this entire time. It's like, guys, I got diffuser. Just sit tight. Oh, you're all dead.
A little bit confused. I swear.
He's literally holding it. Look, he's literally fucking cursor on diffuser.
Why is it?
How does this happen?
Wait.
Look what Kayak's doing here while that's happening.
I'm a little bit confused.
Hey guys, I got diffuser. That's actually crazy. That's actually crazy. That shows like the contrast difference between D2's operational level. Because either Kayak, he's a mute and he didn't say this, which I'm sure he did. I mean, he's pinging it, or it's like I don't know what they're thinking.
Confused. I
That's
swear
just bad,
Citizen had a
right?
triple kill in the last round. Why is he only on 2
No,
kills?
Jord had a triple kill.
I thought it was Citizen.
No,
No, yeah,
Ben.
you're going off about.
That's
Ben
just
Gordon.
sad.
I swear it was.
Quite literally.
No,
Jamie
it was
wasn't
Jord.
there, so
Jord
was
on
it
the
a
mute.
free kill?
I'm just trying to wind Leon up. Don't
We
worry.
still don't have diffuser. Like we still have diffuser
Why-
even now.
Why is it winding me up?
Nothing, mate.
There's 2 minutes left.
You
I
wanna
know you
talk
two.
about
I
Ben,
know
talk
you.
about-
Now we're dropping. Now we're giving up top floor
I know.
to drop into enemy territory. Okay, gets the kill.
Bro,
Now you're both isolated, meaning you cannot really help each other. The only way they can help each other is if Virtue holds the vertical plate this to the door or the rotate, and then Kayak holds the other. There's an angle each, right? But then who's holding Virtue if they walk up wide? No
I
one.
don't have a
Why
problem
is
with
there
him. He has
trying
a
to create
problem with
some
me.
turmoil? What's
Tamsin then finds Kayak as he's moving through server, and then the last guy standing is Virtue up top. Again, not holding diffuser because they've left the diffuser.
I'm just vibing, having a good
Mate,
time.
Des
It's not
and
my fault
stirring
he
the
can't
pot
take it.
just fucking go hand in hand.
Yeah.
And then this nade, depending on how it goes.
Fluke could be straight in there like, yep.
Okay, that was like
He
way
was
off.
so fucking proud of himself when he came back after that interview with Leon and was like,
Oh, this is Jake City right here.
He didn't pick up diffuser. Evac, my guy, you gotta press F. They changed it. There you go. So this is what Team Valor should have done like a while ago, right? You pick up the diffuser, you run away, you plant
You
dining.
have to hold D to pick up the diffuser now. You can't just run over it.
Do you mean F?
Oh.
No, well, mine's on D.
It'll be D.
No, not D.
Well, you see, that's a rough round. That's a really rough round from G2.
I was gonna say D is like move
Really,
right.
really rough
What is
round.
wrong with you? Don't tell me some warped fucking.
And this
WAS.
is like the general thing that whenever I watch G2, it's like they lack leadership. Because any one player in that round could have been like, guys up top, hold diffuser. Hungry was playing bottom white, he can hold the white stairs walk up. Then the dead guy holds armory default cam because they never shut armory default cam. Now armory side is covered, white stairs is covered, the guys up top have diffuser, and then all Citizen has to do is AFK in a corner in dining and hold the one door. It's like, you win. Or like, your odds of winning are so high. So it's like lack of leadership, right? If anything. And it must be so frustrating if you're Kaya, because you're literally pinging diffuser. Probably saying, I got diffuser, I got eyes, I got gun, it's in my control, they cannot get it, they cannot plant, you're vibing. Back in my day in G2, we used to have a call out for this. It was hamburger. Like the food item. Hamburger. And it basically just means stop whatever you're doing and just hold angles. And it also kind of insinuates that there's a plan with this hamburger, which is, let's say Fabian and I were like hamburger. Everybody knows to stand still, hold angles, and we would then explain, all right, guys, listen, we got diffuser, don't peek, just hold your ground, make sure nobody comes up white stairs, dead guy, hold armory cam. And then you have like a super solid foundation, right? So the hamburger call is very good. Why hamburger? Because you're never gonna say hamburger in a pro game. We needed a word. Like, you know, like when people do like BDSM or some shit, like sexual stuff, and they have a safe word? Like avocado! Because you're never gonna say avocado when you're getting blasted, right? Hamburger is the same. You're never gonna say hamburger in a pro game. Because you're not gonna talk about food in a pro game. So like avocado, you know, even vase you do say, because it's an area in some maps. So hamburger is our safe word in G2. Or it's like stop, don't move, hold angles, let's figure this shit out. Don't throw, basically is what it means. So blue take from Valor, very, very slow. And I think it's literally just 1 tower stairs and 4 blue or 3 blue plus 1. Nate comes out, takes out Kayak. That's a smoke off the board. Also, I think that's elbow player because elbow is clear now. And look, there's no refrag from G2. There's no one ready to take this spot the second he dies. So now it's like a 50-50 between Yonka sprinting in and this guy holding him. But do note that they've reinforced the left wall. Normally, you have the rotate on the left, reinforced on the right. By reversing this, you get a very deep angle all the way from laundry and small box, rotate, in through blue. And also, it's harder for attackers to actually do anything with elbow once they get control. Because they don't get instant access to the cutting the rotation off. So, and there's no cover. So, I personally prefer this rotate. Yonka wins his gunfight, Hungry C4 dead shot, and Asox trades back on Hungry. So, they essentially just trade. Which means the entire round just fucking ends. So here, Nate goes out onto Kayak, right? Then Deadshot kills Virtue. Junga kills Tamsin, who naded Kayak. Then Asox. Then Hungry C4's Deadshot. And Asox kills Hungry. And then Efag and who's that guy? Siege, they find 1 each. All across the map, right? So the last guy, so they played 3 blue, 1 big tower, 1 medium flank, which is Finka. So it's like a 1-1-3 split. And G2 did a decent job. They retook elbow, they flanked meeting, which failed, and then they just lost the side gunfights. That's essentially what happened. Also note, G2 got a 4-2 side split. They can be very okay with that. Not terrible, not amazing. It's great. But if G2 loses this game, which spoiler alert, they do. They suck on attack, is the verdict. And look at this. Top 4 attack. Okay, so, holy fuck, dude. Okay. So, in the beginning of the round, we saw Mr. FaZe, who's cheating, by the way, wallbang towards small tower. And he ran away really fast. It has been half the round. And G2 have made it inside how far into the building? The first room of small tower, basically. And dining stuff, right? Half the round is over. And no one is even close to them, like killing drones or contesting them. And they're so slow. Like, god awful slow. I know what happens in the final round, by the way. I have only seen the final round, because it was on Reddit. And it's the same issue. Like, G2 are so slow in general. It's the same problem they have every time since Uno and Kento and I departed from the team. Every time I watch them, it's like, so slow. Like, look. Dining. Shower. Dining door. Junker rotating wide up, probably hobo. Big window. And it's been 2 minutes. With nobody from Valor roaming on this half of the map. They're like, Deadshot was in meeting big tower. And then the rest are on site, except for Efag, who's now, or Mr. FaZe, who's not downstairs. It's... You would think you just like slap Citizen and you slap Virtue on like entry. You just drone for them and you say, follow drone. And they go, okay. And then somehow they find like a nade kill out of nowhere, which is great for them. But look, now they're all leaving downstairs. So they took all that map control to throw... And they actually threw 4 grenades. That's okay. They threw 4 grenades out of 6. And they got the 1 kill. But now they're all leaving. So downstairs can be retake. Retake? Can be retook. Challenged. Whatever. This is just like the Citizen difference. Like, what is this? Citizen diff. He's like, you know what? I'm gonna look at the floor. Ah! Like, what? Okay. I always respect, like, Citizen is, I always call him one of the best lurkers in the entire game. He just knows, like, there's no drone support here that I can tell, right? And Citizen always just knows where people are. It's like whenever he gets close to an enemy, he can, like, smell them. And then he just always, like, every time he wins. And this time, it's because his enemy looked at the fucking floor for some reason. But Citizen is just so good at this particular area of the game. Probably one of the best players in the world at this particular area of the game. You take that with his great aim, and it's like a really deadly player. Whereas Shaku is much more like an in-your-face player, which is quite opposite of Ben. And this is a pretty flawless round from what looked like a disaster of an early game. So what is this? We're feeding! Hello? How does this happen? The only thing you gotta do here is not swing this door. You can hold the angle from a little bit further left to this doorway. He walks in. Okay. So Virtue swings. Now they know where he is. Then Kayak swings the same angle and dies too. Look. Virtue. Kayak. They both die. Then Citizen is like, hold tight. I got this. He dies as well. There's no way they actually lose this round, right? Post plant big window, you can wrap up small tower roof. There's no way. But it's like, why is this happening? This should never happen. Yeah, this is like unlosable. It's literally unlosable. Like some post plants in this game are just outrageously stupid, which is this is one of them. It's like unless the wall in Kid's bedroom is soft, and you can like diffuse like past the angle, you cannot win this round. The post plant is so hard. I don't know if you can diffuse from below with a table vault. I actually have never tried. Because there's a table in server, but I think it's not, I think it's too far away to actually reach. Pocket castle it. Yeah, just castle it. Kayak says, nice shot, Melusi. Oh, okay, dude. That's, was it a nice shot? He literally just pressed left click, and Kayak walked into his face. Reanalyzing here. Is it a nice shot? All he did was press left click. He didn't even flick. He just held the angle. It's not a nice shot. You just throw. You throw. I don't think G2 lost because the enemy's cheating. I think G2 lost because they played bad. I think that's a safe bet at this point. What happened? Mr. Face got a kill, but where? Where was the kill? Oh, wait, is that White Stairs? Virtue actually just walked up White Stairs alone. Maybe trying to make like a play with Junk on the big window. I don't know. But like, look at this junction here. Kayak is solo in big tower. Yonga is solo big window. Virtue walked up White Stairs. And where's Citizen? Citizen must be down in dining or... Yeah, Shao Hall. Same area. But it's solo. Solo. No refrag. So the second Virtue dies, Citizen is now completely alone. Jongen was always alone, and Kayak was already alone. And Hungry, remember, got spawn peeked alone outside this window. So every single player from G2 is completely isolated on Oregon. And you see there's 23 seconds left. What did they do? Well, Maverick opened up a small rotate inside of Attic on Big Tower. Jonga was big window, and then one guy got spawn peeked and two guys died bottom white and White Stairs. It's like, what was the attack gonna be? Exactly. Walk up wide with Kayak solo in Big Tower, and then hit your shots, which Kayak is doing. Makes it a 2v2. This is... Huh? This is like old G2 vibes, where like you win the rounds you should never win. Jonga loses the gunfight, and now Kayak... Like, the post plant here sucks, right? You can go below with a nade maybe, but besides that, you have no way out here. We have to get like a sick nade. They have no info either, I don't think. And they read it really well. Look, they're both going downstairs. This is so smart. Let's say one guy was defusing, and then one guy like dropped the hatch or went down wide. If Kayak kills the guy like defusing, Kayak pretty much wins the round. He can just run away, hold the hatch, hold the door, whatever. So they both go for this guy. And Kayak's up for the ace. Oh. Jaeger maybe a bit preemptively. Oh, but they lose it out. Is it time? It's gonna be close. There is time though. There is time. Just about 3 seconds spare. So Jaeger dropped a bit early. You see this? obviously they don't know exactly where kayak is, but the safe assumption is going to be sandwich, going to be green hall, because he cannot nade from dining door, and he's not going to play right below the hatch, right? And he can't nade from server. Or at least you can assume he can't. It's like the angle, right? You're going to nade yourself. So Jaeger drops here when Mr. FaZe just got down bottom white. In a perfect world, you wait like another second or two so that Mute is here inside of server. He can swing the rotate with the drop. That's like the perfect world. And then this is just a game of cat and mouse, right? Kayak should have probably instantly ran to dining all the way. Because if he goes deeper into this area, those 3 seconds he needed, he's bought them. So. Yeah, it's close. Close. But yeah. So a lot of teams that aren't doing very good right now, they're in this very awkward position where they want to change players, but they can't. They literally can't. And it's a bit awkward. It's a bit awkward. I do think it's a silly rule because let's say you're G2, just we're watching them, right? What is this solo gun? What is this solo gunfight with diffuser? What is this solo gunfight with diffuser? They're playing 5 versus 3, which means they have mana advantage. They've got an Attic, right? Younga has diffuser. He's playing Hibana. He has 14 pellets left. He's the sole heart breacher outside of Maverick, and it's a basement defense, so you want to have Hibana alive. What is this? 3 flashbangs, 14 pellets, diffuser in hand, solo peek with teammates above. And you have how many drones left? 5 drones left. So half. And so look, they are capitalizing on this guy meeting, so they clearly knew he was there. But and then now the drone comes out and like they have added control. It's and they just can't contain this guy. There we go. He killed 2 people off a shitty position. Tamsin, had he flanked 5 seconds earlier, he would have shut it down right then and there. Might still find a kill. Yep, there, diffuser down again. 2 versus 2, you're playing Clash Smoke duo. This is great. Now the issue for Smoke here is that Clash is jerking off on site with diffuser in meeting, and Smoke is up there. So either Smoke has to go down, or Clash has to go up. That's essentially what it comes down to. And Clash is so noisy and bulky that, oh, you'll get hurt. But it's another 1v1. Look, there's one player in school, server hallway, far back. And you have diffuser in meeting where the smoke is. And Citizen has to fight him solo. Look, teammate, then Virtue. You have one guy far left off screen, and you have one guy here. No refrag. Boom. And now Clash can basically just sap you down in a single magazine and you just die. And that's it. Like, this is like, you can't do anything. Diffuser's meeting, there's a Clash in front. Unless you nade the Clash, but like, look at Smoke. Look, Smoke's playing it well. Smoke is just running. So Clash can slow down this last player, maybe even kill her, because they know she's low. And Smoke is just literally running for his life, because there's no time. Even if Citizen got the diffuser, he cannot plant in time. There's no hatches open. And you just get sapped. How infuriating is that? Such a good beginning. Playing 5 versus 3. Solo peek here. Didn't open up the soft walls in kitchen. Didn't utilize the meeting. Didn't drop the hatch. Didn't push from big tower door. Didn't drone this guy actively with the swing. Didn't have a guy behind him for refrag. Far away, far away. One guy big tower, one guy attic hatch. No drone at his feet. Diffuser guy swings him. Could have opened up the soft wall in kitchen. Could have dropped the hatch. Could have thrown a nade. Could have thrown a flashbang. Could have droned it. Could have pushed with his team. That's kind of where the entire round ended. That's the meeting guy getting 2 kills, and then Smoke gets the 3rd, and Diffuser's down in meeting again. That's a rough one. That's a really rough one. And it leads to these weird situations, I guess. Or it can. I love the attic or rotate big tower extension. It's hard for some teams to deal with that. Like killing the player big tower. It's really easy if you know how to do it. You just need one guy on the open up this window, hold that angle. Open up this window, hold that angle, and then you gotta have a guy on the either the rappel or the big tower roof, and you can shut down this entire area basically. And you combine that with nades, drones, the guy moving, wall banging, soft walls. It's pretty easy with 4 players or 3 players. Solo, it's like impossible to kill this guy. And there it is. Kayak is rappelling up solo, gets peeked from Kit's window. It's like, that's like expected outcome, I guess. Armory satellite window and Kit's window, they all see this. So a small tower window. Like, what are you trying to do here? You're gonna rappel in this window. You're gonna fight this castle 1 versus 1 as Maverick with 2 nades left, with nobody covering either small tower window where Deadshot is, or Kit's window where Phase is. So what was gonna happen this round? Like the castle will just walk here in this corner, and then Kayak can only shoot straight and a little bit diagonal or a little bit to the corner, and then this guy's just sitting here like, haha, you can't shoot me. And then like Kayak will go on the roof and rappel here, then Castle walks back to this corner, it's like, haha, you can't shoot me. Like, you can't do anything solo here. That's not how the big tower angle works. So now they keep big tower control, they keep small tower control, and they still have side control. What does G2 have in control? They have... Well, they have the outside area where they spawn in control. Right? They extend it below, or they're holding below rather with the castle barricades, and they're extending above. So the side is covered and clear, the castle barricades. The above is reinforced. Grenada. So Citizens alone in lobby, Youngest again alone big tower or a big window, and then Hungry and Virtue go in master bedroom. And again, Valor is just taking a pure advantage of the fact that Younga is entirely alone, and they make it a 5 versus 3. And this is the issue with if you're alone. If you're alone, you gotta play it safe. Look at this positioning. You're swinging this big window. Wait, that's it. Okay, that's also bad timing. The guy jumped out the window behind him. But essentially, look, Virtue is on the balcony. Hungry is like bottom armory stairs, I think. And Citizen is in school classroom, as we saw. Maybe he's inside a master, I can't tell. Younga is solo bolo with no pressure from trophy door yet. White swinging big window with this wall being open. This guy swinging him. Look at it. Look, 1 guy, 2 guy, 3 guy. 3 guys. So this guy runs out, and if he doesn't flick this guy, then he'll die to the flank. If he flicks him, he'll die from big window. You can't do anything. If you're Junker in this situation, you gotta play all the way back. You either play in this corner, or you play like further down, like near on the left hand side of this small tower, and you hold like an angle. You have no business swinging this ever in this situation, ever, and you get punished for it. Did I see Interior's tweet about teams requesting not to be casted? Let me see. I think I might have seen it, but I just want to make sure I have. Entero. Where is Entero? Zero said... this happens every year, and it's so tiring to have to say this again and again, but teams should not be able to decline to be casted during open qualifiers. Every tourney organizer should make it a rule where teams have to say yes when asked to be cast, period. I'd originally make this tweet about G2 declining a cast, but they're currently playing on streams. Either they changed their mind or got told they had to. Either way, stop letting teams say no. The only counter argument I have as a player is that if not every single game gets streamed, it's not fair. Because every G2 game is going to get streamed, right? Let's be honest. Every G2, every TSM, every SSG game is going to get streamed every year. Because those are the big teams, the viewership, the players, the stories, the teams to watch out for. So my counter argument would be that every single game would either A, have to get streamed, which means bunch of spectators, which is a problem, I guess. Or B, why are we watching this now? Or B, you would have to record the video from a top-down view and just upload it to YouTube on the same day. Like, you would need every game to have the same info. The strat setups, the executes. Because it's not fair for G2, for example, if every game of theirs gets streamed. Especially for Pro League teams who think they have the most to lose, but on the other hand, to be honest, how many pro teams are being innovative? Secret strats, like, no one's doing anything original anymore. Like, it's so rare. And they're not going to do it in a goddamn first game of Invitationals qualifier against Team Valor, right? They're not. If they need secret strats to beat these guys, they're not going to fucking win anyway, right? So there's two angles. G2 again with this weird indecisive. They take small tower, then after they take it, they walk back out of small tower. They go big window and white stairs. And this time nobody big tower. Remember last time Kayak went solo big tower, essentially. Not happening this time around. So what's the play here, G2? You're gonna jump in big window. You're gonna walk up white stairs, and then you're gonna win because the enemy doesn't shoot back. Because realistically, unless you get an opening, like you need Kids Repel, for example, which is not possible because you don't have big tower control. As long as Deadshot is there, you can't do that. Then what do? You jump in Attic. That's not gonna work. And then you jump in big one at the same time. That's good. You lose the gunfight. That's unlucky. That's Diffuser. So what is happening? So Junket jumps in with Kayak. But then Virtue and Citizen are so far, or maybe it's Virtue and Hungry. They're so far away. Look, this guy's in fucking small tower. This guy's halfway up white stairs. And Citizen was flanking Armory on main door, I believe. So this guy dies at 47. Next guy with Diffuser is Donge, who's white swinging at 45. Dies at 43. And then look at the rest of the team. Bottom white, and then Citizen was last seen main door. Citizen now found a kill. I think it's on the master side of things. I could be wrong. And now Hungry's going back to big window. So he went out the window, rappelled up, goes big window. Now Virtue, 10 seconds later, is up the white stairs. But look, the rotations have come out. They've gone back into big window. All that vertical play doesn't matter. And Citizen is on master bedroom balcony. What? Run into his arms, you get smoked out. Now you gotta jump in big window, you're gonna die. And then unless Citizen finds 4 kills from master balcony, who's not gonna come out white instead, you just lose.
Oh my.
That's rough. This is really good work from Citizen. Like, look how much work Citizen is doing in 30 seconds time span. And then he can't do it all, of course. But like, fuck me. And it's so close, right? 1 versus 1 somehow. Because Citizen. But like, what was the plan? What was the... Alright, let's say that Kayak jumps in. And even if he dies, it's that chaos effect. Look, every single player, except for one guy on site, is turning around to hold this guy. Right? Good distraction. It really is a good distraction. You have 2 nades left. So maybe you should have argued that Kayak should have used his nades so that Virtue would have them. And then, you know, Kayak can die for nothing. Like, he's used his drones. He's used his nades. And then, like, the gadget isn't needed, right? That's good. Now he died with 2 nades that you could have used elsewhere. But then the follow-up isn't there. It's just Junker on site who actually got in. And let's say G2 had a guy white stairs to cut the kids rotate. You could have maybe even started planting. Because they can't cross back because they're playing far back and attic and generator. But there's no one there. White swing with Diffuser. Lose the gunfight. See here. Was there a guy white stairs? This rotate would have been cut off. This guy wouldn't make it to big window. It's messy. Yeah, I mean, he could plant here, right? Jungle could plant here if there was a guy white stairs. Because look, every single player is in attic, rotate to kits. This guy goes attic as well, and then this guy is in. You see here, you see how there's a direct line in the map. If you have one guy on kits repel or one guy white stairs, you cut the entire map in half, and nobody from Team Valor can retake this area of the map. You see? So one guy kits repel, one guy white stairs. Again, kits repel is a problem because you're in a big tower, but that's a different problem. And then you can plant big window. You have below control with Citizen or like he was main lobby door at this point in time. So you can plant right here, right where Junker is standing, a little bit to the left. You can plant. It's literally free if you have a guy white stairs or kids repel. Because the wall has been forced, as you see here. This wall has been forced. Some teams take the whole round setting up an attack and would only execute during the last 30 seconds, no? Yeah, but Vitality. Vitality back in the day were a last 10-second execute team. If you killed them while they were planting, they would lose the round because they're on 0 seconds. But they were so good at setting up the round, and they spent every single second making sure they would get to the last round or last, they execute the plant. So if they got there, they would always win. Like they were a really hard team to play against. Really hard team. I think like that version of Vitality or Supremacy, it was Vitality, right? There was like one of the hardest teams besides Empire in their prime to play against. Because it just didn't make sense. It didn't make any sense. So G2 actually contesting the small tower hold, which is always an interesting position. One of those anchor positions where if you played well, you can hit something away with it, but nope, Deadshot gets taken out. Flashbangs and nades, of course, coming out. And there is no Wamai from Valor. Typically you play Wamai and Jaeger here to get double up on utility, but what can you do? What can you do? And I don't know. I don't think Valor has a guy big tower. They do. Castle. Because if you have a guy big tower and a guy big window, you can actually see the window he died from, where Kayak was. Here. This guy, Kayak, he shouldn't be able to be here, right? Big tower guy should take care of that. Yeah, could be timing. I don't know. Hungry finds another kill. Virtue's in server now, so very disjointed again. Make sure you're not too... There we go. Backup is coming. We're in server. We have got a kill from outside the building. And this is like, G2 doing good job. Finding kills, taking map control. But, I mean, time has been wasted. Or it's been spent. Not server? Showers. Showers. The old server, no? What does old Oregon look like? Is showers old servers? I don't know. Servers only left here. That's servers. Ooh. Showers. Jump out. Boom, boom. Takes out Hungry. Boom, boom. Hungry has died out like 3 times on attack so far. Flank goes down. Cover is good. Cover is decent, rather. Yellow ping comes through. And this post plant is really good for G2. You can hold it from small tower. You can even go upstairs on kids, and you can like nade through the wall. Couple options. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Showers is showers and servers is toilet. Oh yeah, servers is toilet. Yeah. Because you could do the same thing as now, where like you can do the vertical hold from above in kids hobo, and you can hold like the walk in. Why no shower rotate? Well, there is one, but did you two make it? I don't know. Yeah, they did, didn't they? So why aren't they? Well, I think it's because 2 things. One, you cannot hold server or showers against Hibana, because generally how you do it is impact tricking. Now, there aren't even any impacts from Valor. They're playing barbed wire on the Maestro, right? And against Hibana, you cannot hold because 2 impacts denies 4 pellets, and you have 14 pellets left. Hibana is overpowered in other terms against impacts. I still am a firm believer that Hibana should only have 4 or 6 pellets. She shouldn't have the 2 pellet option. Because it makes impact denying pointless. It makes hatch denying pointless. Look at the speed of Valor versus D2. Valor is doing in 1 minute what takes D2 2 minutes. Full map control, freezer stairs. They're vibing now. They're so happy. They're like, we got the entire map cleared of roamers. We got the 5 versus 5 that we wanted. We got grenades. We got a lot of grenades, actually. 6 of them. So much soft breach. Kayak with 16 kills, by the way. I didn't realize he was absolutely shagging this game, as Des would say. Shagging. Where was this streamed? I can give you the link. Boom, 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 boom. The setup is taking its sweet time. Doing the same thing as last time. It's going to be a 1-2-2 split, probably. It would be great if they then change it up this time, where the sledge becomes the chaos factor, right? That's what we said last time, is that the sledge ASOX here, same person, he has to be the chaos factor. Or is it the bait? It's like a 2-1-2. Oh, they're rotating actually. Gonna be a 2-2-1 take, right? So one freezer. So now FaZe is a flanker. So you got stairs, hatch, 2 blue, 1 freezer. Same thing. One guy drops way too fucking early. Like, what is this? Tamsin drops way too early. Nobody follows. He has diffuser. And he even died with a grenade in his hand. He could have thrown that nade. Or does he throw it? He does throw it. Okay. He drops. ASOX is not even walking down the staircase. These guys are smoked off. Yikes. That's the 5v4. Now ASOX has to go absolutely massive because the guys inside of blue are going to be stuck by that shield. FaZe gets a good flank from his freezer. No idea how that happens. And then here comes a trade Fiesta. ASOX takes the kill he needed. And then sits in this number 3. So how did FaZe walk down freaking server stairs? You see him here? Freezer stairs. He's just down. G2 completely forgot about the fact that he might get flanked. Even though server cam was killed, or freezer cam was killed, and he was spotted earlier. He just walks in and kills everybody. Nice. And that's again the gun fights, right? In this situation, when G2 is 5 versus 4, they should have a guy holding freezer. Because you have enough guns to hold blue and big tower. That's like pretty easy in this situation. You have the shield, you have pillar control. And your last 5th player should be holding launcher and freezer. So this is good. The guy in elbow has a shield, he's cover. Default plant, no C4. Last guy is all, no? This is really good for Valor. The timings, the wall is open! ASOX, where are you going? Oh, the timing! Citizen is the luckiest player alive. What is this? This is like the kill he got on bottom wide. The second he swing, look. He's even in frame. It's the same player. Mute like 6 rounds ago. Same player on FaZe here. He would hold Citizen stuck, and then he would look away. The same second he swings. Same player.
Oh my god.
And the question is, what is the last guy holding? So this guy, they're baiting. They're absolutely baiting. This guy is being left alone because Seos goes out of bomb side and doesn't hold his blue door. Because this guy should never flick. Like, what are you looking for? Why are you looking behind you? Your teammate should be holding that angle for you. Right? So he gets screwed.
Oh my god.
And then the post on here is still wonky for Citizen. But it's actually not too bad. All things considered. It's not too bad. Look where it's planted. It's just a lack of info, really. The time, it's impulse down. And now you barely have time to run back to side to defuse, so you have to defuse. Like, yeah, there's no time. Now you just lose. Yeah, there you go. You run in. And GG. If I'm Citizen, I would just defuse. You see where it's planted in this situation, right? How does this last planter, who has to be blue somewhere, deny this defuse? This bulletproof, with the changes that you can turn them, probably sees this area, right? So the guy has to come from blue, but the blue walls aren't open in his favor. You see, like this angle doesn't see the guy defusing. So you can just sit in this corner, defuse this way, and this guy has to walk all the way around to kill you. And you have 30 seconds left. This right here, you go back to side, you defuse. And then you can play it off ear, you can fake it, you can assume he's meeting hatch, I don't know. But this guy, the last attacker, could be in so many different areas. Meeting hatch, blue, shield, corner, hiding outside construction, big tower stairs, could be playing pillar before this. That's the only info you have is the bulletproof and launcher rotate. And then Ben just kind of lurks around. Like, this bulletproof sees this area. And it also has audio. Like, you can play sound off it. So surely you can just defuse here. And this bulletproof covers this area somewhat. And then the guy has to come meeting hatch or all the way in through pillar, and he has to be sprinting for 7 seconds. Like, he can't just be silently creeping up. No shots.
But Ben needs to try and bait him out though.
Start tapping.
There, it's almost like it was such a bad post plant for COs
Oh, you know that won't happen.
that Citizen was like, there's no way this guy's in blue, right? There's no way he's hiding outside the pit.
He just didn't know where he was. He thought he was in
The Citizen actually just had the upper hand, but didn't know it.
He needed to get on the bomb now, right?
He still wins the gunfight though.
He had to just stick it, but he's gone for the kill.
Still wants his kill though.
Classic KD save.
Hmm.
Max OT.
Because meaning hatch was open. Maverick dropped it earlier. So you have to respect it.
It's a good effort from
Do I think Citizen is playing for the KD? No, not at all. Like, it's match point 7-6. Like, you're not playing KD. It's just he just made the wrong decision. It also depends on the voice comms. Let's say that somebody in his TeamSpeak was like, yo, last scene was freaking blue shield. He didn't cross because I didn't hear him on the bulletproof. Like, you don't know what kind of information he's getting from his teammates, right?
the only where I've ever seen him play, to be fair.
Oh, they're on the clash again.
And obviously, I think a player like Citizen is a lot more comfortable taking the gunfight and then thinking he'll win the gunfight than he is defusing and then getting shot in his back being like, oh, I could have won the gunfight, you know? Where I'm like, I don't believe in my gunfight skills at all, so I'd rather defuse and just fucking pray that he doesn't peek me, you know? Because I'm like, I can't win the gunfight. They have good setup for small tower take for room clear. They have the drone inside of dining, so they can take this entire half of the map in 30 seconds, right? They should. They don't. They go above.
This is gonna go.
Fair enough.
Sound like in
Who's
Deadshot,
kayak
just a
drone
big
in?
room.
I would probably like them to go both in small tower with the flank drone of kayak and also go up top floor. Do like a 2-3 split. One guy droning, 2 guys small, 2 guys kids, right? Or 2 guys master or big window. Because if you take top floor now, this guy can just run away. Run down wide, run down armory, you only have 1 floor. So you see no one small tower. It's 2 guys big window, and these guys are in spawn, just yellow pinging. They're so far away.
Come on, man.
This is kind of where you want to leapfrog, so that you can get everybody up to this building. Because this guy's just gonna run away. Run, 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 run. Impact. Run, 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 run. No one can stop you. Now you're in tier 3. Now you have a problem if you're G2. Do you go and chase this tier 3 player, or do you risk the fact that you can get flanked at any given point in the round? Because Attic rotate, and he has a staircase. And it's a basement defense. The other issue, there's a clash, which means time is of the essence. He's gonna slow you down tremendously.
He should be very dead.
Yeah, he should
Like
be
I
so
said, demo, I have no bad feelings. I just have it like to.
Boom.
Some people just think.
That would have been a really great kill if that actually happened. Like that would have kind of made up for the issue of the roam clear. This is kind of where you want the pinch, right? If you're gonna go in big window, you gotta have a guy either master balcony, attic window, or big tower to like pinch. Because if you're just pushing from one side, the guy will run away. Kill a drone, run away. Kill a drone, run away. Kill a drone, run away. He has to hit a wall somewhere, this Melusi. And fair enough, let's say you have a guy big tower. Well, Melusi could still run down lobby stairs. He could. Unless you have Hungry, who's AFK on a drone, go lobby door, kill default cam, open up lobby door, kill lobby default cam, sit outside there on a camera. You can have one cam watching the lobby itself, and his second cam could be an entry drone. That way he can flick between 2 drones, he can drone for the entries, hold his own flank, and when he knows Melusi is going down armory stairs, he goes off the cam, holds her. He can still lose the gunfight, but you got it covered. Then you have the other guy, maybe go attic window, maybe go inside of tier 3, so in case the guy goes back attic, because it is a Melusi, you can cut him off. There's so many options here. So many options. Now we've seen this before. Kayak on this rappel. How do you kill this Melusi? It's very simple. You gotta open up all the 3 windows inside a big tower. You gotta open up this one, the one behind him, and you gotta open up the ones below him. That way you can cut off pretty much every single angle. Then you can simply just nade, walk through attic, rotate, and take the gunfight. He has no support whatsoever. It's essentially a free kill. Look, 4 guys on site, no support. Where's the guy in big tower? Where's the attic guy? Where's the window propel? Where's the angle? Nothing. It comes down to a nade, which he could have avoided by just rotating him out to the other corner. Melusi misplayed this massively, essentially.
Yeah, but
Kayak still got open the hatches, no?
yeah, but now it's essentially a 3 versus 5 because Clash.
What then? 5v4 minute left. They haven't breached. Oh, they're breaching now, actually. Ibana has 6 pillars left. They're just breaching now.
And no Cade, never mind.
But there's a clash.
Like that's the thing with bringing Clash.
There's a clash.
No,
Yeah.
but they've got a warden.
Clash from behind is horrible to play with.
They have a warden?
What then?
What are they doing?
Also, how is Kai not being played almost any rounds? Like, it was played the first rounds, but it's been a hot minute.
I think he was gonna go like Gengar
I think that was G2 playing kite too, not Valor.
Against two smoke canisters, a clash.
Like, yeah, like the Warden's kite instead of Warden. Also, because the Warden's playing Freezer, so like, is that gonna be your flash smoke position, or is that gonna be elbow? You know?
It's happened as far as came out.
So yeah, look at the time. Smoke canisters, the clash. So low on time, gets the entry, pretty decent. Smoke doesn't get it. That's unlucky. Yonga has lost every single gunfight in this entire game, I swear to God. Had Yonga killed the smoke here, different story, right? That's diffuser that could start planting. You're 1v5 against a clash. But there's no time. So what happened? They had a minute left. They're getting hatches, and they're rotating to blue. Two of them are droning. Citizen's going freezer. Yeah, it's just slow. Like here, we're stopping. Droning, taking it really slow. I mean, I guess you gotta try, but 35 smoke canisters. The clash. Maybe they don't know about clash. Fair enough. Maybe they have no idea. They do now. Really just droned it. So now these canisters are messing you up. You can't respect it. You gotta run through it because there's one more. So they should have ran in, essentially, now. At like the 25-second mark. They should have just ran in after this floor sprint. Right here, 23-second mark. That's when you go in, right? You can't just wait here. Another drone comes out. And he's kind of droning. And now we go in. A Kai goes solo. Hunger doesn't follow. So let's say that this guy's stuck around. Not good. This is no time. Bim, bam, boom, boom, bam. And GG. Even though smoke places pretty poorly towards the end, doesn't matter. Flash can't die. Boom. Boom. So where's the follow-up here? Yeah. Roach didn't walk down the stairs either. He was just holding. He's naturally gonna be really far behind. Wrong guy has diffuser. Not wrong guy, but like... He don't have time. You just don't have time. No one's really behind him either. You gotta ignore the clash here, right? Kayak has to just go with Yonga here right this moment. But Kayak goes pillar. Yonga like chases the smoke. You see, Kayak's going this way towards the clash. But Kayak should have gone with Yonga. Fight the smoke. Have to. Citizen is still deep in freezer. Hasn't pushed down. Because where is Citizen here? Look. It's all the way. He's deep freezer. Like deep freezer. He just killed Deadshot at 5 seconds. But he can't get there in time. Yeah. Where did Hungry go? Well, I don't know. I don't see him. Like he's blue. Then he's here. Is he holding the angle? Like here? It's just, yeah, it's just, he starts at 7 seconds to walk in. So he's droning here, 14, 13, 12, 11. And then what now? Oh, he's like walking in ATS, like holding elbow, assuming that smoke is there. And then, why doesn't Hungry have time to join this battle? I'm trying to think. There's a rotate here, right? That's a rotate. He's in blue at like 5 seconds-ish. He's literally right here on my cursor. So why isn't he joining here? Where is he? He's holding the angle, right? Now he's pushing. That's him, right? Yeah. Like a second more. If they had a second more... Yeah. That's rough. So many unlucky timings for Yonke especially though. Like so many, it's like super close, super unlucky situations. He lost like every gunfight just to like bad team setup, but I was just like timings were terrible.